Hey guys, James Wilson-Taylor here for Roxanne. We are backstage at Slam Dunk Festival 2023. Look who's back in the UK. It's only the Maine. How are you, gentlemen?
Exclusive access. But you couldn't even get 5 of us.
Couldn't even get 5.
Those two, they're too exclusive.
They're too exclusive that they couldn't fit on this tiny little sofa we've got in the side bit, but we love them dearly anyway. Welcome back to the UK, guys. This is nice to have you at Slam Dunk as well. You know, this is always such a big event in the festival calendar over here. Feels like it's going to be a nice crowd out there for you, I'm sure.
And the sun is out, which
Imagine such a thing.
Yeah. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So, yeah, we're very, very pumped to be here for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you've been spending a fair bit of time in the UK, actually, because obviously you had the Yumi at Six Store earlier in the year. What a lineup that was as well, by the way. My God. You guys and Water Parks and Yumi and Six on there. It's just such a good lineup. But yeah, got to be nice to be back in front of a UK crowd in particular, I suppose, as well for these festival shows.
Absolutely. And this one feels, you know, we only had done Slam Dunk the one time before. How many years ago now?
It's a fair few, right?
Yeah.
So
it was in the city, and it wasn't in the park
Yeah.
like this, which is such a nice vibe. And like I said, I mean, we back at home, it's 105 degrees right now. So this, I mean, I don't know what I was expecting, but yeah, this is epic. It's really, really epic.
I mean, for clarification, viewers, it is absolutely boiling in here, and these gentlemen are just cool customers in their multiple layers.
Dedicated to fashion.
Desert boys. They know how to roll. It's all good. Well, I mean, I want to kind of focus, I guess, on live plans with you, because you've got so much stuff coming up. First of all, back on Sad Summerfest, which obviously, you know, you kicked off in the first place anyway, but it's got to be nice to know you're going out there again in the US at that festival that's obviously, for obvious reasons, very, very close to your heart.
Yeah, absolutely. And to have Taking Back Sunday, which is arguably the reason that we started a band, and the reason that we, you know, things that we learned from them by being on tour with them before, of just how to treat people, how to operate as a band. I mean, it's a very full circle moment. One of those, like, you know, you communicate with somebody that you looked up to for so long and you thought was just like beyond reach, and to find out that they're great people and still freaking, some of the records that they have are just like mainstay staples in our hearts.
100%.
And just nostalgic to the core. Very, very excited to be a part of it.
Well, I mean, obviously we're going to get, I presume, at least one duet tonight on that. I think we all know what the song would be, but
we shall see.
I mean, surely that's making the set list. You've got to hope so. Yeah, I think so. It's got to be. But again, with live plans, I mean, that 8/1/23 once in a lifetime show kind of coming up, which you guys announced. What a clever idea that is. I mean, you had to take advantage of the moment, really, didn't you? When a date like that comes up.
Realized, like, man, it was just, yeah.
I realized the importance. I was made aware of the importance when my next door neighbor, who doesn't know our band, was like, "What are you guys doing for 8/1/23?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Oh, the date." I was like, "Oh, yeah."
Amazing.
So, yeah, this is it's funny to say it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Once in our lifetime.
Well, fair. Yes,
depending on scientific advancements, and, you know, we're talking about freezing each other's hearts and heads, but we'll see.
You never know. Like Futurama. Maybe.
Exactly.
That's gonna be,
yeah.
You're gonna just come back.
We're coming back.
Yeah, 3023.
The reunion tour. We're all waiting for them when that one comes. Hey, let's talk about new music, shall we? I've seen you, mentioning on the socials and all that stuff. Work has been happening here. We've had some standalone singles. Work appears to be happening on the next full-length record from the Maine. What can you tell me about it? What kind of stage are we at, gentlemen?
It
done.
Finally
Amazing.
has been mastered. Yeah.
Artwork and everything.
Yeah.
Talk me through it.
Yeah, the album is done finally, I think, as of like 7 days ago.
Wow.
Yeah, so now it's figuring out the fun stuff of when it's coming out and when people are hearing it, but it will not be long.
It will not be long. Now, that's the kind of teasing we can always get on board with. It will not be long. In terms of, I mean, I know, obviously we don't want to give away too much at this point. Of course we don't. But in terms of where you're sitting at musically, XOXO was such a fun record, guys. It felt like a culmination of the last kind of couple you've been putting together. Like, where does it sit now? Does it feel like a progression in a slightly different mode? Do we feel like we're expanding on that very, very poppy sound in places on the last record?
It definitely differs from that, but I think we're yeah. Hold close. No,
this is a guitar album.
This is a guitar album. That's we've definitely feel the band thing far more on this record.
Wow.
So
I think one thing it's just always so difficult to talk about music before people have heard it.
Of course.
One thing people can, I guess, get excited about if they like the records that Colby Wedgeworth has done with us, which is Pioneer, American Candy, and Lovely Little Lonely. We had him back on board for this one, and I feel like he just brings that, like on XO, we didn't really have anyone in the way of us saying like, hey, this sucks, or this isn't up to par, or this could be better, or this is great. So to have Colby back in the room, it was just very just harmonious, because he's gone off to do his own production in Nashville, and he works in a different world than where we're at, and it just lined up. And yeah, I would say there's elements from XO that are on there, but I'd like to think that it's just sort of a culmination of everything, the past 8 that we've had, which is weird to say out loud. That's a lot of material. A lot of material, a lot of music to look back on. That's really exciting, though. I'm excited to hear what you guys have been cooking up in terms of this next era, for sure. Guys, I'm going to let you go in a second and get out of this incredibly sweaty tent. Before I do, we've been asking everybody this question. I want an answer out of each of you, all right? Really stacked lineup here today. I feel like it's a vintage slam dunk this year, for real. It's a very, very stacked lineup. Anyone on that lineup that you've not worked with before that you'd love to work with? So you can't say Charlotte Sands again, as much as we'd love that. You got to say someone new. I saw that the Academy is on the lineup.
They are back. And
now that they're kind of back at it a little bit, I think that would be really fun. Even just the idea that we played Riot Fest in Chicago and they were on the bill as well. It's kind of cool to see us on some similar stages. So I'm going there.
Nice.
I don't know in what way we would work with them, but I love Under Oath, and we were just talking to them a few minutes ago, and yeah, just excited to see their set. And
hey man, that would be Spencer's new solo project is very in tune with a lot of what you guys do. I could see that. That could be very, very interesting.
Yeah,
for sure.
big fans of them.
Make that happen.
You guys took both of my thoughts. So you know what I'm doing? Charlotte Sands.
Hey, there we
Double
go.
down. Loved You a Little More.
The sequel.
The sequel. 2026. Get ready.
I'd love it if that turns out to be the album title after all this. You just slip that in. It's actually called Love You a Little More. There we go. Catching it. Boys, have a great day. It's always so good to see you. Can't wait for the new music.
Good to see you. Thanks for having us.
Good to see you guys. The Maine, everybody.